Hello, my friends and viewers. Welcome to Ask Charity. My spirit had compelled me to do another video for this week, and there's a topic that has been on my mind, and I decided that I will release another video for this week against one that I do every week. And this topic is on humility, and is up there. What is humility? Humility is the state of being humble. Humility means modest or low view of one's own importance. It is meekness, diffidence, and more. In our Holy Bible, the Christian Holy Bible, in the book of Luke chapter 4 verse 11, it says that everyone who exalts himself will be humbled, and he who humbles himself will be exalted. Likewise, in the book of 1 Peter chapter 5 verse 5, it says that, likewise, ye younger, submit yourself unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, and be clothed with humility. For God resisted the proud, and giveth grace to the humble. I'll tell you a bit of story of myself about humility. See, after my college days back home in Africa, I had all kinds of friends. During my college and afterwards, I had all kinds of friends from every aspect of life. They were older than me, they were younger than me, they were my age mates or age group. Some of them were doing way younger than me. Some of them were doing way better than me, while some were on the same level with me, while some of them were still struggling or trying to get one thing or the other. And I made lots of friends that I didn't ask for. The ones I did not ask for. They just come to me, they want to make friends with me for different purposes. So with the little that I had, gold or silver I have none, but the little that I had, even if it was food, I did my best to reach out or to help, In the course of mingling with all these people, the rich, the poor, my age mates, the level the same like me way back then in the 90s, in the course of mingling with them, I thought that I was humble. But I wasn't humble. In the real sense, I was even more proud. I was more arrogant. Let me use that word. It's arrogant. I was very, very proud and arrogant. Then I thought I was humble, but it wasn't humility. Now, for those of you who follow my video, who have been watching my video, I had made one video on abuse and fear. And yes, this happened in America. Here, when I relocated back here, I saw different things. I saw how people behave, and I had to change my perspective afterwards. After that, that abuse, I had an abuse, right? I had an abuse relationship, for real. It wasn't a good one, but then afterwards, much later down the years, I realized that I had different perspective of life. The way I started viewing life, I started viewing individual, and the different types of the jobs that I have done in this life, from Africa to here in United States. Because of my experience, I have started seeing people in different ways. I tend to judge people before, not anymore. Not after my own experiences, not after what I have seen here. This United States is a good place to learn different cultures. Your eyes will be eyes opener. It will teach you different things, but it is left for you to pick the good ones, to stay put with the good ones. You don't want to go to the wrong side, but it's a very good place that you can learn different things about life, a lot of things here. So like I said, after that my experience, then it kind of humbled me, because in this America, there were places I would get to because of my personality, because of my looks, my type of person. I get people who don't feel comfortable around me. They feel threatened, by my looks. I also, when I get to certain places, I have some people who really like me for my looks. They really appreciate my looks, and they tell me they like my personality. It's different folks for different strokes, or different strokes for different folks. Let's put it that way. But I want to tell you guys something. You do not judge somebody by their looks. Don't judge people, don't criticize or something, because sometimes you don't know what someone is going through. So you want to come closer and see and know. By the time the person open their mouth and talk to you, you will be able to deduct. You will be able to know where they are coming from, and then you can say this person is really humble. This person is really, a very meek person. In our Bible, Jesus Christ showed us example of how to be meek, how to be low, how to be humble. Because I'm talking about humility, so we use the word humble. He taught us how to be humble, But if you are not the humble type, or if you don't know how to, you can start by practicing. If you are a Christian, you can read your Bible. There are so many chapters about humility that God taught us, And if you are not a Christian, you can also learn from people and know how to, relate to people. There was a story of a man who was going for an interview. He was a fresh graduate, and then when he got to the airport, he was waiting for the driver to pick him. The first person he saw, he never knew he was the owner of that company. That man was so humble. He kept commanding the man. He kept commanding him, authorizing him to do this and that. And that was actually the owner of the company. And the man never said anything. He entered the back of the car. The man drove him to the company. When it was time for his turn to do the interview, when he entered the office, he saw that it was the same man who he thought was the driver of the company that was the owner of the company. And he was like, oh my God, So you see, that man was the owner of the company, but yet he was so humble. He never argued, he never said anything. He carried this guy, the worker, the worker to be, took him to the office or wherever his destination was. This shows humility, shows how humble that man was. But humility is not a sign. It's not a sign of weakness. It shows that we know our strength in God. That is what humility is. When you humble yourself, man and God will uplift you. I'm going to stop at this moment. I want to thank those of you, my loyal friends, especially from Africa. I want to thank all of you so much for liking my page. I want to thank you for liking me on my page on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and also subscribe to my channel on YouTube. Thank you so much for coming to Ask Charity. God bless all of you. You have a wonderful week. Bye-bye.